Well, good morning, folks. It's a really crisp morning. We moved to the Arctic, so it's got to be a very quick one. This is, as you can see, it is flipping freezing. Very quick introduction to this episode 11, I think it is. I'm losing count, I really am. We're still in Spain, in the sun. Well, we're in the sun this morning, but it's a bit colder than Spain. And this is the journey north from Almeria up to Madrid and beyond, including the little place, well, no, it's not a little place, a massive place I visited. Been looking to visit for a few years now. The Valley of the Fallen. Notice I said the Valley of the Fallen. Yeah, you'll see the deliberate mistake during the video. It's not as spectacular. The ride isn't up through the flatlands of middle Spain. So, and the other thing is, I didn't really know where the video was going to end as I put it out. So, I didn't actually do what you might call an outro, I suppose, really. So, it ends a bit abruptly. There's still another one. Possibly even two to come, I don't know yet, but after this one. So anyway, see what you think of this one, and let me know what you think. Alright, cheers. Well, good morning everybody. A bit belated. We're heading north, just left the hotel. I had every plan to do a little sequence in the car park of the hotel, but it completely went out my head. Too busy thinking about navigation and whether I left anything behind and all that sort of stuff. But either way, we're heading north. There's one or two roads closed apparently, so I've got to be careful. Heading towards Madrid for tonight. Should get towards Madrid by late afternoon and find somewhere to lay my head for tonight, and then tomorrow I've got a little visit to make tomorrow, hopefully, before heading north again, and that should take me tomorrow to my mate Dan's place, his barn at Basilica, just south of Santander. So I'll be there in plenty of time. Should get 2 nights there before heading down to the port to catch the ferry. So yeah, so it's time to vamos, so as they say in this neck of the woods, and get some miles done. So I'll leave you. I'll leave you for now, and say adios, and hasta luego, baby. All right, cheers. See you soon. Bye. Hello again. Quick update. Yeah, quick update. We're on the A308, staying off the actual motorway wherever I can. I've got to make up time. I've got some distance to do in a short time to do it in. Really, we're heading up towards Jaén, Jaen. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, as with everything else across here. Drop the visor, but at the minute we're passing through what is obviously a predominantly olive producing area. Massive amount of olives for olives, obviously, and olive oil in the main, throughout the world from here in Spain. Been on the road for the best part of 3 hours. The direct route up through the mountains looks very, very inviting, but apart from anything else, I've ridden those roads and covered those roads in videos, so there's not a lot to be gained, and there's an awful lot to be lost in the way of time, you know. So although it puts a bit of a dog leg coming across towards Granada and then heading north, it's when you take when you take everything into account, it makes sense. It makes sense. But it's pleasant riding at the minute. What we're doing, we're on 21 degrees, not too warm. In fact, just nice, to be honest. Yeah, the accent is over the E in Jaén, so I think it is something like Jaén. Either way, that's where we're passing through. On the way up to Madrid, towards Madrid. I'm going to cut around the side of Madrid. Don't want to go through the middle of Madrid. I know it's a beautiful city if you pick out the right places, but I'm sorry, as I've said before, I'm just not a city man. Just not. To my cost, I'm sure it is, and I'm sure people will let me know that it's to my cost. But I am a man of the mountains, really, and that's me. So yes, up to Madrid. Cut off to the west of Madrid because of where I want to visit. I'll not say anything about where I'm going to visit until we actually get there. So yeah, I'll check in a little while, but in the meantime I'll switch off and concentrate on where we're going. Cheers. Well, hello again. Little progress check, shall we say. We're on our way up towards Madrid. Not too far away, really. A couple hundred miles. And I suppose we could entitle this little clip "The Loneliness of the Long Distance Bike." Well, not really long distance, but you know what I mean. Find yourself doing all sorts of things you wouldn't normally be doing, like reading signs and what have you. But I mean, the reason I'm reading the signs is because I sort of like to practice getting my pronunciation wrong. Every now and again you come up behind a lorry. They're just travelling at the right speed for me, these wagons, and sometimes they've got quite a bit written on the back of them, sometimes they got just very little, sometimes they got nothing, you know. It's the ones with a little bit on the back that I like to get up behind, because I can practice the pronunciation to myself even if I'm getting it wrong. Like this one, Transportes Hermanos Garcia. Fairly easy. Cordoba. Now it's Cordoba. I reckon it's Cordoba because the accent is over the first O, so that's where the accent's got to be. Cordoba. It's a bit featureless compared to, well, the surroundings are, at least, compared to what we're used to, but it's still pleasant. It's still pleasant riding. We're looking at, what, goodness gracious me, 26 degrees. Well, it says 29 degrees on the dashboard, but we always knock 3 degrees off for Royal Enfield's benefit. So it's 26 degrees or thereabouts, so it's warm enough. Wouldn't want it to be a lot warmer personally, but there you go. It's a bit strange because it seems to be getting warmer as we get further north. You'd think it'd be the other way around, really. Just had a little bit of a disturbing text from Brittany Ferries. Only a little bit disturbed because it's my sailing on Thursday is now delayed until 18:30, till 6:30 at night. But the downside is, the real downside is, it doesn't get in to Plymouth. It's not destined to get into Plymouth until about 4:45 on Friday, which is about 5 hours later than it was going to, so I'm going to be riding home in the dark. Now we've got a blue direction sign here. Where's this? Carboneros Acebucha. Probably got that wrong. Verdis Servicio. The C in Servicio is spelt with a T as a TH because it's a C. So Carboneros Acebucha La Mesa. No accents there, so nothing to practice with, really. Valle de Servicio. Carolina, Madrid. Compañeros hace mucho la mesa. Restaurante venta di ceramica. Ah, a restaurant where they sell ceramics. That's good, isn't it? So yes, that's apart from concentrating on the road, of course, it's something else to keep my mind occupied, is reading signs and reading lorries and just practicing my pronunciation. Not that it means anything in the long run, because I still get it wrong. Belen. That's got to be just on the right there. That was where I stopped last year on the way up. Goodness gracious me. I thought that something felt a bit familiar about it. There's a place on the left here, just over there. That's it was a bit of a dive I stopped at, but it was got a bed for the night and it gave you a night's sleep, so that was good enough for me. That was after I'd been up the Pico Valletta in Sierra Nevada. So there we go. Like I say, just a quick update. State of play and all that. But up to now, might be the wrong thing to say, but everything's going quite smoothly. So I'll switch off again now and I'll see you before the day's out, I think. Might find a lorry with a bit more writing on it in a bit. Anyway, see you later. Well, I have my accommodation on the campsite, and it's just about enough daylight for me to sort it out, and it's nice and close to where I want to be tomorrow. I think that'll do. So that's the end for today. Been a long day for me riding, but I've included bits where I could, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. A little bit of a surprise for tomorrow, but there we go. So righto, see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. Always a little bit sad to break camp, but it's only one night here at El Escorial, just the west of Madrid actually, but it's a lovely morning. I've got something in mind for in a very short time, so yeah, time to take the tent down and get blizzard loaded again and get off, and then across to Bustedonio for later this evening. There we go. Oh, good morning again. Yes, we're at this special place I wanted to visit, and I've got a horrible feeling I'm going to be disappointed. See, we're in the grounds of the memorial. It's known as the Valley of the Lost, and it's all about Franco and those that died as a result of his actions, basically. There are over 30,000. There were over 30,000 dead, interred up in front of us, about 3.5 kilometres away, including Franco himself when he died in 75. Those dead were from both sides of the conflict and the Spanish Civil War, when Franco and his fascist followers overturned the government of the time and took over the running of the country. This was the late 1930s, and he succeeded in running the country until more or less his demise in 75. The people who are interred up here were from both sides of the conflict. Those who were foolish enough to follow him, to believe in him, and those who were brave enough to stand up to him. So yeah, word has it that it's all right, the cross is visible. Look at the size of that cross. Just look at the size of it. It is the biggest stone cross in Europe, if not the world. And his remains were interred along with all those others that died. But I think it was the early noughties. It was decided that his place wasn't alongside those he killed, really, and he was disinterred, exhumed, whatever you want to call it, and taken back and quietly buried in his hometown. So yes, I mean, there's no way, absolutely no way, that I would ever agree with what Franco was up to, but it's an important part of Spain's history, and I really have got this bit between my teeth so far as Spanish history is concerned. This country fascinates me, absolutely fascinates me. It's a beautiful country, its people are fantastic, they're marvellous, and I just, it's so varied. There are so many more mountain ranges than I ever thought there were, and being a former mountaineer, because I don't do it anymore, I'll admit to it now, I don't climb anymore, I can't, I'm not physically capable anymore, but I have been most of my adult life. Since the age of 14 I've been a climber or mountaineer, but yes, it's the flatlands in between, yeah, so they're flat, but as we saw yesterday riding up to Madrid, it doesn't matter, because there's always points of interest, and this is one of the biggest points of interest in this area, is the Valley of the Lost, and it's very, very thought-provoking when you think what actually went on. So we'll go up to the Basilica, I think. My God, it's a massive cross. It really is a massive cross. Whew. If ever it comes down, it'll make a mess. Oh dear, dear, dear. And what's really special is, because of my age, I got discount. It should be €9 to come up here to this place, but I managed to get away with 4. It's very kind of him to ask if I was indeed over 65. Couldn't see from the helmet though, could he? All the grey hair. Ooh, look at that. I wonder if I'll get away with a photograph here. I'll have to try. Well, we're here and it's clear, sort of, but this thing is massive, and I don't mean blizzard. I mean that thing up there. It is gigantic. I'll just try and keep it in perspective with the main building, with the Basilica. I'm going to go up and have a look at the Basilica, see what we can get into and see what we can see. Okie dokie. That's it. the Valle de los Quedos. In other words, the Valley of the Lost. Quite a thought-provoking place. These 30,000 plus were actually interred in the valley below us, and Franco himself was in the main building. 1919, only 5 years ago since he was disinterred and taken to the cemetery in Milan, where he's buried next to his wife, because it was felt that he shouldn't be memorialised, shall we say, in the same way as those who died because of him. Can't disagree with that. Anyway, time to go, and yeah, I'll switch off because I think I've left my camera running, so the battery will be in need of changing. So, yeah, see you in a bit. Well, we're in the pretty little village of Navacerrada, yes, anyway, and we're entering the Sierra de Guadarrama, which is yet another Sierra, not quite as big as some of them we've been through, but it's over a mountain pass, the Puerto de Navacerrada, and then over towards we can't stop there unfortunately, but over towards Segovia. Segovia is a beautiful place. I've seen the photographs, but we haven't got time. I do love me cobble streets though. Lovely old village. Yeah, I could spend time here. Beautiful little place. Right, well, having explored the cobble bit, we'll switch off for a few minutes, and I'll see you in the mountains. Well, we're very much on the mountains now, up to the Puerto, altitude 1500 metres. It's ever likely it's a bit cool up here because we're above the height of Ben Nevis. 1500 metres is about 5,000 feet. Well, almost anyway. Well, we will be at now because we've come above it. Yeah, about 5,000 feet, which is yeah, considerably higher than Ben Nevis. And it's October, but it is Spain, and I'm just rambling. Okay, lovely road though, lovely road, very popular with the locals. 1600 metres. Ooh. It's hardly alpine, but you know, for a small Sierra in the north of Spain, not bad. Clouds coming down. No, clouds not coming down. We're rising into it. Let's get it right. Meters. I don't know what altitude the Puerto is at the top, but I'll keep the camera switched on until we get there, just in case there is anything of a view and it's not completely obliterated. Oh, the sun's burning through and we're looking at the top. Hey, what perfect timing. A bit like the top of the Stelvio though, there's a flipping town here. Puerto Puerto de Nevecerrado. I wonder if the hills on the one side are keeping the cloud back, leaving the north clear. We can always keep our fingers crossed. And it would appear to be the case. That's marvellous. That's the Puerto. And lovely views on the way down. I didn't get a look at the altitude. It must be about 1900 metres. Yeah, because it's 1800 coming down, so it'll be about 1900 at the top. So we're over 6,000 anyway. 1828 metres is 6,000 feet. I do have some crap stored in this head of mine, I really do. And the road is in absolutely pristine condition. I would think it's probably a road that's used on the Vuelta now and again, the Tour of Spain. Well, the Sierra de Guadarrama, it's not exactly disappointing. I knew it was not going to be as spectacular as the ones further south, but it is nice. It's nice riding as well. Well, that's got a taste for it anyway. So we're coming back down to the valley now. So I'll switch the camera off and see you in a little bit. Let's have a bit of autumn colours, shall we? La Grande di la Alfonso. Or is it? Sorry. Alfonso de la Granja. It's a grand sounding name. It's a grand area. We're sort of in the lowlands of Sierra Guadarrama. Got about 185 miles to do to get across to Bustedonio, to Dan's place, so it's going to be mid to late afternoon by the time I get there, but it'll be a nice ride. Fairly sure it's going to take us up through Burgos. This is a nice place. Quite a grand place. It's not time for coffee yet. Go a bit further, see you later. Now this is unusual. As I said, I didn't know where the video was going to end, so I didn't do my my usual finishing speech, if you like, at the end of the video, so I'll do it now. If you've taken the trouble to watch it through, give us a thumbs up if you could. Like I say, like I've said before, a thumbs down if you like. I don't. It's some react, shall we say, react. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We're getting 1 or 2 extras now, and hit the notification button and drop me a line. Let me have a comment. I like replying to my comments. So, as you know. Alright then, see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.